What is going on? I'm sat on my bedroom floor. It is Black Friday weekend and I wanted to share with you some of my favourite Glossier products. Glossier are doing the only sale of the year. Everything on site is 20% off and you can get up to 35% off sets. So I'm going to do a full face of Glossier. I'm going to talk through everything I've got from the brand and let you know what's up. Alright, so I done my skincare. I went out earlier today. It is now about, what time is it? Sometime in the afternoon, maybe after school time. I showered around 9 this morning and did my skincare routine. My skincare routine consists of a lot of Glossier products. I do use other products in conjunction. Let's start with the shower. I use Body Hero shower oil. Smells amazing, smells like neroli. And then I use the Body Hero lotion. So it's pearlized, it gives you a nice like golden hue. If you're dark skinned like me, you'll get the same effect as Benefit Moonbeam. And I mix this olive oil. The skin of my body is really dry, so I mix it with olive oil because on its own it's not what's the word, enough. But I do love the smell and the look of it, so that's why I continue to use it. And to be honest, there's no body lotion that I've used that I've not mixed olive oil with, so I don't know what that says about my skin. When I'm in the shower, I wash my face with the Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser every single time. If I'm double cleansing, I'll use this first to get off anything, and then I'll go in with one of my other cleansers, or I might cleanse with this twice, depending on how I'm feeling. If it's the end of the day and I'm taking off makeup, I will use Milky Oil, or I have another one from Bobbi Brown. Come split, I just shook it so it's all come together now. It's oil and micellar water mixed together. You shake it up, you put it in your hand. It's very watery consistency. You rub it on, it breaks up your makeup, and it's good for waterproof makeup. And then I will go in with the Milky Jelly Cleanser to get all of that off, and I might do this twice just if I'm removing makeup. I love this cleanser. It doesn't leave me feeling dry or stripped. It smells of rose, which seems to be a signature scent in a few of the early Glossier products. I'm not a big rose fan, which is why I don't use Soothing Face Mist. I know that this is the original packaging, and I know that they have since repackaged it. Yeah, I'm not into the scent of this. As to its efficacy, I cannot speak. But I know that they updated the package to the same as the solution. I can't use this. It's a bit too harsh for my skin. It's an exfoliating skin perfector, kind of like the Biologique I can't even say it. Biologic Research. It's kind of like the Biologique Research P50 lotion. Yeah, this is too drying for me. I've tried to use it a couple of times. I love that it's got the push down top and the product comes out of the little nozzle. I think that's really nifty, but unfortunately it's just too intense for my skin. My skin does not get on with this. That doesn't mean to say that yours won't. Serums. I use the hyaluronic acid super bounce serum every single time I put water on my face. Every time I wash my face, I use this. These are the new packages. They used to be half the size of this. I was like, oh, it seems kind of expensive for this size. Earlier this year, they relaunched the supers with double the amount of products and twice the efficacy. That's a good example of a brand kind of seeing maybe where they could make an improvement. That's something that you don't see in the market a lot, which is something that I really respect actually. Just doing it and not penalizing, in inverted commas, the customer. But yeah, I love Super Bounce and Super Glow. I use these every day. And then I use the Super Pure Serum when I need to. I don't break out a lot. When I do, I generally know why. So I go in with maybe one of my pimple treatments and then just use this to kind of keep the pimps at bay. Zit Stick. This is new to the UK. It launched maybe 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. And unlike the American version, unlike the American version, it does not have benzoyl peroxide in it. It has salicylic acid in it, which what you will find in a lot of spot treatments. I love it, John loves it. Only thing I don't like about it is that when I put it on my skin and let it dry down, it leaves a bit of a residue, which is white. So if I've put it on my forehead and I go outside, forgetting, or like anywhere on my face, I've got like white pilling on my face. But at night time it's fine, I don't really care about that. So that's when I tend to use this one. I've got the moisturizing moon mask here. Not a product that I reach for a lot, I have to admit. I'm not a big masker, I just I'm lazy, I just don't do that. Maybe I should. I used it the other day though when I was feeling particularly dry, and yeah, it was really nice. I haven't used the green mud mask though, which would be interesting to try. But again, as I say, I'm not a masker, so it's not something that I'm gonna like go running for. Priming moisturizer rich. Let me tell you about this. This is my daily go-to. It is rich enough. Do I find that it primes the skin? I don't know. I guess. I don't care. That's not really what I use it for. I use it because it's such a good daily facial moisturizer. Doesn't break me out. I miss it when I don't use it, but my other moisturizers in my collection are equally as good. So this is just a good product for the price, and for my skin it just really works. Generally speaking, my skin is quite balanced. It smells like the face creams that your mum would have on her counter as a kid. That's what this reminds me of. And the packaging is super cool as well. Love it. Another thing that I use actually quite a lot, more than I thought I would, is bubble wrap. This is an eye and lip plumping cream. I don't really use a lot of eye creams, but I mentioned this in another video, in my favorites video actually. I definitely do use this on the lips, and it definitely saved me when I was poorly. Future Dew. I was really excited about this. I love the packaging. It's like pearlized iridescent, so sick. And this is an oil serum hybrid. I like put my priming moisturizer rich in my hand, and then I go in with a dab of facial oil and this as well. This just adds a really nice glow to my face that doesn't go away once my oil and moisturizer have sunk in. I don't use too much because I don't need a lot. It kind of has the same effect as Body Hero on the face. This was given to me. Would I repurchase it? I don't know. These I use in a pinch. This I use because I like how it tastes. My favorite one is coconut by miles. If I've gotten them in like gift packages, maybe I'll give them away. I happen to have been gifted all of them apart from rose, which I wouldn't use anyway because, as I said, I'm not a big fan of rose. But that's the kind of thing, if you know someone likes anything rose scented or tropical scented. The sun is wilding out right now. If you know that someone likes anything like scented or a particular flavor, these are really cute gifts. Do this now because I'm not going to remember at the end. This is the Glossier You Solid. I don't reach for this very often. I have to say it's not my scent, but when I smell it in here, I love it. When I smell it on other people, like I'm getting their smell. And I do happen to smell it a lot, which is something that generally puts me off a perfume. But this is so nice as a solid and would make a really nice gift. I don't particularly care for the spray. It just does this, really cool. I'd be curious to see what other scents they come out with actually. Like, please focus. I don't have energy. Hi. So I've used my priming moisturizer and I've used my Future Dew. Normally I would not go in with a primer. I have been playing around with primers recently, but for this everyday easy peasy thing, I'm not going to do that. To start, I'm just going to mix skin tint with my regular NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation. I'm going to mix it because this doesn't have any coverage, but it is tinted, so you put it on your skin and it kind of just evens everything out. But because I have darkness around my mouth and around my eyes, as you can see, I'm going to mix the two together. So remember before I tried the new shades of the Perfecting Skin Tint and the concealer, and I was saying that they were a bit, the skin tint was a bit light for me, but I made it work. This is so much better. You can also mix your foundation with a skin tint, or just use the skin tint on its own. I just like to even up my skin tone a little bit before I go in with anything else pigmented on my face. Because it's so watery, I found that my beauty blender like ate it up, so I'm gonna try using my fingers. Nothing on this side, and the skin tint on this side, so it's a bit more even. Tiny bit of coverage. I just take the excess on my nose. Don't like to put too much coverage here because I wear glasses. I feel like I've got a little bit of coverage. If I was not as lazy as I am, I would put this on every day, but we know I'm lazy. I'm a bootleg YouTuber and I don't wear makeup every day. So now we need to conceal. I'm going to take the concealer G4 from my original video and mix it with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I know that seems completely counterproductive, but I don't like the NARS Matte Radiant. What? NARS Soft Matte Complete. It's too dry and therefore shows up too bright on my face. The Natural Radiant Cream is way better. So in order to achieve a similar effect but maybe slightly more coverage, I'm going to mix Soft Matte Complete with G4. Let me come a bit further forward. Guys, I can just zoom you in. I'm just going to come close. See the difference?
This light better not betray me right now. Sun, if you're listening. I know I was roasting you like an hour ago when you were super bright, but I need you. I need the sun.
Okay. Something I did the other day, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I like it, but maybe I like it. Maybe. Mabes, my bedding is white, and if I get makeup on here, John is gonna lose it. Taking Wilder. Wilder now comes in the same shades as the Skin Tint and Stretch Concealer, I believe.
What the fuck was that?
Last night I went to my friend's Thanksgiving dinner and I literally cooked all day. I was gonna make apple pie, gluten-free short crust, and then pumpkin pie with a nut oat date crust, and ended up making both pies with the same nut date oat crust. You know what I'm saying, because I'm a chef. And what else did I make? Spinach and artichoke dip, vegan and gluten-free. Okay, I love the real thing because I do eat cheese. It's so good, but you do feel terrible after. Like, I love dairy, but if I have too much, just fucks me up. Base is done. How do I feel about Skin Tint? My friend Caroline was like, it's water. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty much water, but it's tinted, and I just like how there's enough pigment to neutralize some of the varying tones of my face. I love the glow that it offers, but obviously I use the vitamin C serum, which gives glow. Hyaluronic acid gives glow. I use the glycolic acid toner, glow. I OD with the moisturizer and the oil, glow. Future Dupe, glow. So I don't use the skin tint to try and achieve additional glow. I use it to kind of just neutralize the patchiness on my face, and I think it does a good job of that. How do I feel about Stretch Concealer? It moves around a lot on my face, which is why I always set it. I said that in my last video where I reviewed Skin Tint and Stretch Concealer, the new shades. It just moves around on my face a lot. I'm using it now more than I was before because I am trying to use up my products. But I will say that I do like it mixed with the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. It gives me the consistency that I want. And now that I've been setting the concealer and everything on my face with a sponge as opposed to a brush, I find that it doesn't move around as much. My eyelids are deep fat fryers. Whatever concealer I use, it creases. It was just that this one literally moved around all day long, all over the place. So now that the base is done, I'm gonna go on to do my brows. These brows. First of all, I've lost my brush that has a spoolie on it. Don't know where it's gone. I just brush my brows with this little brush to kind of get them where I want them to be. And then I go in with a brow pencil that I don't have. I'm not gonna get up to get it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go straight in with Brow Flick. This is a tricky product to use if you don't have a steady hand. I've seen a lot of suggestions for resting your elbow on a flat surface. I've got pretty full brows, as you can see. So I want the tail of my brow to be, you like, could fuck you up. That's how I want the tail of my brow to look. My hairs grow down this way and up and out that way. So I always start at the top and then I go along the bottom. This is scary. And I do hair-like strokes. Oh shit. And then that happens and you're like, whoa. That's gonna be enough. That is enough. Is it enough? No, I'm gonna go under here a little bit. If you're not sure, just practice, like really, really light hand. That's with Brow Flick, and that's without Brow Flick, and that is without sleep. Oh, I'm tired. Okay, brows are done. And this is even as they're gonna get. Halo Scope, Quartz, Moonstone and Topaz. We're back. Sorry, I had to make space on my camera. I was talking to you about Halo Scope, Moonstone. For me, it pulls really pinky, like purple bluish. Quartz is more of a universal shade. I don't reach for it often. And Topaz, which is much more of my jam. And there it's got the coconut oil in the middle, which acts as a really nice emulsifier. I'm going to use Topaz, and I'm going to take it on the sponge. Where is my mirror? Oh my god, light, please do not. Wait, I've jumped around. I forgot the rest of my brow routine. To be honest though, like, as much as I do love boy brow, I actually don't use it that often. I'll use it if I'm going to dinner and I don't want to do makeup or full brows. I'll use it on a day, like if I'm going shopping, just John and I, like just to kind of look like I have my life together. And I use the black over using clear. I find that they're best used when you wipe them off. I'm not going to apply them right now just because I don't really want to. I actually quite like how a brow flick looks on its own. When Glossier launched their sister brand Glossier Play, which is much more about bold makeup, so they did like tons of colourful eyeliners, the glitter jellies, which I love, they're really cool. And they did some lip products as well, like colourful lip gloss, which I really like, the pony colour and the cherry red one. I can't remember. Anyway, this is so cool. I think it's called Cypress Umber, and you just dot it on top like that. Don't press too hard when you're dabbing there, because you will be left with like dot marks on your face. One thing I love about the Glossier Play line is that the caps and the packaging is a little bit more vintage inspired. Pro tip is the eyeliner version to brow flick. It's the exact same tube, and I also think it's the exact same nib, which is really fine. I don't know why I'm gonna come and sabotage myself and do a winged liner look on camera for the world to see, but you know, we're gonna try. I've got droopy eyes now that I'm old AF, and they're uneven also. So I go along my lash line like this, and I look down into the mirror, and I take the brush flat to my lash line. And I don't start all the way in, I start like here. I fucked it up because I can't fucking see what I'm doing because it's so dark in here. Normally it would be higher up like this. I don't know why it came out so low down, but we're going with it. So then what I do is connect this line to this line. A wing. I'm gonna do the other eye off camera. I don't know if they're even or not. This is generally a good product. Please don't let my inability to put it on fool you. I'm not that good, and I'm not a pro. We are gonna use Lash Slick. I love this. It's a tubing mascara. Look at the difference. Oh my god, this wing is a struggle wing. Lord, Casey Jane Hughes, help me. Can you see? It defines every single one. My eyelashes are really short and curly, and I just really like this for accentuating them a little bit. One thing that this is good for, also I've seen it used on brows, and I think this would be really good if you really want like full dramatic mascara, is to use this first to like define your lashes, and then go over with something like the NARS Climax mascara or the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara as like the boosted blush product. I have all of the Cloud Paint. When they first came over to the UK, I was gifted some, and I would mix Beam and Puff or Haze or Dusk and Haze. Dusk is a good neutralizer, but because of my skin tone, I just feel like Dawn and Storm show up way better. I'm pulling really red on camera now because of how low the light is, but I'm gonna use Storm on my cheeks. So I did a video reviewing the new formula of Generation G, but I did want to show you some of my favourite lip glosses in the collection, or one of them. Here we are with my makeup almost done. This light is really intense. Did one layer already, but I'm going to do a bit more just so you can see. Then lips, lastly, I'm going to use Pony from the Glossier Play line. I do have the red one. I forget what that's called. It's a bit baby doll. Oh, hold up. I'm just going to show you some things that I didn't use. So many of the regular lip glosses. I love these. I love these with MAC Night Moth lip liner. I also have all of the Lid Star shades. These are just some of them. This isn't a product that I reach for every day or generally when I do my makeup, but I might actually try incorporating them into my makeup more, because I really love shades like this. It's really cool, pink, purple, this really nice like olive green gold shade. Jackie Aina loves shades like this, and this looks amazing on her skin tone.